Yo, what is going on, guys? BashtianYgo here, and today I'm coming at you with my super heavy samurai snake guy Fire King deck, guys. This is going to be the best way to go ahead and play this deck on a budget. Now, I want to go ahead and say that Infernal Flame Banshee is really the card that makes all of this possible. A card that really we just thought wasn't going to be very good way back in the day when it came out in Age of Overlord, but realistically, guys, it is definitely going to be one of the one card that meshes super heavy with the rest of it. So Super Heavy Samurai, if you guys don't know what it does, is it gets you 2 level 4s onto the field without using a normal summon. So you can use that to go into your Infernal Flame Banshee and immediately search out your Snake Eye Ash before you have to do absolutely anything, which is fantastic. Without using a normal summon, it gets some bodies on your field as well, gets you additional bodies, which leads to additional combo lines as well, and it's just overall a fantastic way to go ahead and play the deck as well. Especially if you're on a budget, you can definitely go ahead and build the entire deck and give and take a few more budget options, if you will, but you can definitely go ahead and build a Super Heavy Samurai Snake Eye version for under I want to say 200, 250 bucks, which is still far better than paying $1,200 to $1,500 for the deck. It's definitely much better price point for it as well. So I want to go ahead and get into this with you guys, but of course, before we do, I do want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to Whatnot. We did start with a partnership program, so you guys not checked it out. Link's going to be in the description to get 15 bucks on your first purchase, or any purchase. I think you can go ahead and stack them as well. It just doesn't cover the shipping, but it covers all your cost. I actually just shopped, I was looking on Whatnot trying to try it out because I haven't used it before, and I actually got this Populous off of Whatnot, so that was pretty cool. And quick shout out to Trailblaze24 that actually put this order in. I only got the popular, so I didn't know any other cards were coming with it, so that was kind of like a bonus for us. So we got the Snake Eyes popular as well, so this is going to be our second one that we got off Whatnot. So you can see quality is definitely there, near mint. Definitely going to go ahead and give them 5 stars because it came in really quick. Of course, came in nicely packaged, and we didn't need to get any of the additional cards, so that's obviously really cool. Oh, Raid Raptor, very cool. And we got one of the Goaty super rares, so that's kind of nice as well, you know. So really big shout out to the Trailblaze24 from Whatnot. Just gonna give a quick nod to you. So let's go ahead and get you guys exactly what you guys came here for, guys. The Snake Eyes super heavy Fire King deck. Now I did take this deck to locals, and I want to say the only reasons that my whiff games, whatever it might be, is because of my inexperience with the deck overall. As far as like misplaced things like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and of course be honest with you guys, but there's obviously a lot more better lines I could have taken. The other thing is that the locals here in Houston, is that everyone's super nice as far as explaining what, you know, things I could have done, talking things out, which realistically is what the game should be. It's about having fun and really just learning all the way around. So I absolutely love it so far. So we have 3 copies of the Wakoshi, 3 copies of the motorbike, and then of course the 1 Soul Gaia booster and the Monk Big Benkei as your bricks in the deck. So this is of course the one drawback that you do get with the Super Heavy Samurai stuff, is they do play 2 technically bricks in the deck, which of course if you don't want to play bricks, just pay 800 bucks, you know, and then we can go ahead and continue talking. But as far as this goes, guys, for a budget engine, it's really not bad at all. So all these cards work when you don't have any spells, traps in your graveyard. So because of that, we are gonna have to mold our deck a little bit differently. We can't play cards like Super Polymerization in the main, which I would naturally very much like to have. We can't play cards like Called by the Grave necessarily as much. Crossout Designator, which I know is very huge this past weekend because of the UDS we can't play, but it does give us again immediate access to the full Snake Eyes combo line, and we can't compensate for not playing that for playing some very strong hand traps as well. So 3 copies of Motorbike I think is really fantastic, just to get you immediate access. You're playing essentially 9 copies of Ash. 10 copies if you count the OSS, or the original Sinful Spoils, but I usually like to save that for the actual combo itself, so I don't really count that as Snake Eye Ash. You play 9 copies of Snake Eye Ash, because as long as you see one of the Motorbike, one of the Wakoshi, or your Snake Eye Ash, then you're good to go. For the Fire King stuff, play of course 1 Ponyx, Arvada, Garunix, 3 Kieran for the Fire King stuff. More than this is not necessary, even though I do miss myself having like a Barong or additional Arvada or additional Ponyx at times, but Realistically, I think it's just because I'm so used to playing the quote-unquote pure Fire King deck from a few last format, I guess you call it. So that's, I guess, what I do miss about it. But I think it's just a matter of like repetition, getting more comfortable with the deck, getting more comfortable with the Snake Eye stuff for me. But honestly, I think the deck itself carries a lot. Even for an inexperienced with the Snake Eye stuff as I am realistically, I think it does a lot for you. I think it overall teaches you the overall value of card economy, which again is a term I feel like I've used a lot in these past few videos, but again, it just teaches you how to make sure that you're maximizing your cards to make sure you get the ultimate value out of them. So I think that's really, really cool. So one thing for my specific build is that I only have one Snake Eye Ash. I ordered 2 others on TCG forever ago. Of course, they haven't come in. So in order to compensate, we'll go ahead and show you guys what I have. So I played 1 Poplar, 1 Oak, 1 Flamberge for my Snake Eyes package, which is cool. I haven't bricked on this yet, surprisingly. But we do play 3 copies of the original Sinful Spoils in this deck, which kind of contradicts with the super heavy stuff realistically. But honestly, as long as you're able to get to the to your Snake Eye stuff, you can still go full combo and you're good to go from there. But once I get the additional 2 Snake Eye Ash, I'm getting rid of 2 of these and play 1 of the original Sinful Spoils. So it's just that we have to play it this way because they just haven't come in and I can't find Snake Eye Ash to save my life. So there is that for us as well. So for the non-engine, I want to say interruption that you are going to play is going to be monster based. I play 3 copies of Cashier Fenrir, 3 copies of Nibiru, 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird, 3 of the Ghost Bell, and then 3 copies of Ash Blossom. So I think the thing that stands out of this the most has to be the Cashier Fenrir. I feel like a lot it's just falling out of favor when it comes to overall how it plays and everything. I really tend to like Cashier Fenrir. I've always said that even if when I go to the Snake Eyes version, even if I would have had the $1,500 to just spend on a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, which if you do, that's fine. It's just not me right now, but even if I would have it, I would personally find it hard for me to cut Cashier Fenrir, and that's just my personal preference because I really do like the card. It replaces itself. It's fantastic interruption. It's a board breaker, which this deck can't play, so I need a board breaker, which is really good. Cashier Fenrir control alone wins a lot of games as well. It won me a game against Branded, so that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool to go ahead and just rely on the Fenrir because the rest of the hand just was hand trapped, so I was just chilling on Fenrir. But it gives you additional body on board as well, which is really good to go deeper and deeper into combo lines, even though it's not a fire. So I do really like that. As far as the hand trap lineup, if I wouldn't play Fenrir right now, I would play Effect Veiler. I just think that without being able to play Imperm, you need some type of on-field effect negation, targeting effect negation. So you can still hit like the Rescue A stuff, or you can still, in case anyone's on that, or you can still hit the Ash on the normal summon and force them to be on Kieran or have a bonfire in hand in order to keep playing. So that's something I really do enjoy a lot. It's just being able to have more versatility with your non-engine, which I think is really, really cool, especially being able to just, in any Snake Eyes variant in general, you're going to have that, which I think is cool. Then for the rest, 1 Fire King Island, Sanctuary, Circle of the Fire Kings, and 1 copy of 1-for-1 to continue on with our play. So that's going to be it for the main deck, guys. A 40 card main deck. Again, very, very minimal on the spells. No traps at all. And again, once I am able to get the 2 more copies of Snake Eye Ash, I'll be able to play a more consistent, if you will, super heavy samurai version, just because I will have less spells traps in the deck. For the extra deck, guys, we play 1 Infernal Flame Banshee and 1 Baguski. So of course you're just gonna have to play these cards. They're really, really crazy, and this is a big advantage that this deck actually has over the full power wanted bonfire Snake Eye non-super heavy stuff, is that you can actually go ahead and sit on a Baguska and you're vibing. Like you're really just chilling on a Baguska and you're good to go from there. Also, Infernal Flame Banshee is really nice as well, because if it gets banished and you control Pyro, I believe you can go ahead and special summon her as well. So that's really nice to have, again, just additional extenders on in your deck. 1 Link Karibo, 1 copy of Relinquished Anima. Relinquished Anima is actually extremely clutch. I actually put this in right after I saw Jesse Cotton uses a lot, or just see it get used in general in the UDS tournament. So Relinquished Anima I think is really good, being able to take essentially an opponent's monster, and you can still link off the Anima and get rid of something else, and you go into an IP. It's just really good, and it's really hard to play around Relinquished Anima because the Snake Eyes deck summons so much that a lot of times you're just gonna have a full board and you're guaranteed to plus some way off of Relinquished Anima, which is really clutch. 1 Hida, the Fire Charmer. I wish I could play Dark, but I don't have the space for it right now, unfortunately. But if there's anything you guys think I should cut, again, just let me know in the comment section down below. 1 SP Little Knight, 1 IP Masquerena. I actually don't go into SP Little Knight nearly that much, so in the event you don't want to play SP Little Knight for a more budget option, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and play something like Nightmare Unicorn, of course, or Nightmare Phoenix, which are both really good options for you. Nightmare Phoenix would still be a link too, so it's the same card economy, if you will, so that's kind of nice. Then 1 copy of the Doolittle Chimera, which actually opens up a really crazy combo line. So if you guys have not seen Pac's video he uploaded on his channel, this opens up a really crazy line where you end on Appaloosa, 3 negates, Zelantis, and then Arvada with a Kieran in hand, I believe, so or a Fire in hand, so you're pretty much good to deal with whatever your opponent has to throw at you. So I just think that's really crazy, and of course playing 15 hand traps or 12 hand traps, whatever it might be, you're just naturally going to have a lot of interruption. 1 copy of Sunlight Wolf, 1 Promethean Princess, 1 Heat Soul, 1 Ambler Whale, 1 Goddess, 1 Phoenix, and 1 copy of World Dragon Zelantis. If there's another card I would like to go ahead and add is, of course, the second copy of Promethean Princess. I just felt like it came up a few times while I was playing at my local, so that's something I would like to invest in the event you have a little more wiggle room in your budget. I would probably recommend finding some type of space for a second copy of Promethean Princess. If you guys don't want to do a Doolittle Chimera play, go ahead and take this out and put in the second copy of Princess. I definitely see the value in that. I just like the Chimera play, 1, because I don't have a second Princess, and 2, because the Chimera play is pretty cool. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, just let me know in the comments to go ahead and show that to you guys. Of course, I just don't want to make this video too long. And then for the side deck that I played is 2 Pankratops, 3 DD Crow, 2 Bestials, 3 copies of the Archfiend Eccentric. Actually came in super clutch. I was going up against a Goaty deck, and he activated D-Fissure. I had this in hand, so I was like, alright, cool. Activate, pop. And I think he played around the first one, but able to go ahead and continue popping out. I think that was really cool. This in time is extremely clutch as well. Scattershot and Avatar Kieran, and then 3 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, just because I think it's really good. This is pretty close to the list in Pac's build as well, but I did make my own specific changes to this. I wanted to go ahead and just of course play my own personal preferences as well, but honestly there are a few changes to it I want to go ahead and make to the deck. I want to find space for Underworld Goddess. I think Underworld Goddess is really good, because one card that I think most Snake Eyes decks are going to struggle against is going to be Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which branded players are playing 1, potentially 2 of in the extra deck to go ahead and make, and some players can end up on 2 of them, which I just think is crazy unless you have super polymerization. So that is something that is needed to take into consideration, I think. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Honestly, I think this is a great way to go ahead and play the Snake Eyes Fire King version in a budget way. Of course, there are some cards in here that may not be the most budget, but you can definitely go ahead and still play the deck without it. For example, like I said, for SP Little Knight, you can go ahead and take this card out and put in Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix. I know Raging Phoenix right now is a bit pricey, so I mean, I think it's like 35-40 bucks. I think 50 actually. You don't even need to play this card. Go ahead and play Underworld Goddess, and then you're good to go from there. Underworld Goddess, Nightmare Unicorn takes up majority of the cost here in the, in the extra deck for you. You're going to need, of course, 1 Promethean Princess. There's no getting around that, but realistically, everything else is extremely budget, even in the main deck as well. So guys, especially with all the reprints coming to all the hand traps, so it's definitely worth looking into as far as, like I said, a more budget option. If I'm looking for more budget decks, so go ahead and put up another video later on this week as far as like what budget decks or budget alternative meta decks I think are viable. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys have any suggestions, recommendations, or spicy text for Super Heavy Samurai, Snake Eye, Fire King, let me know in the comment section down below, guys, to go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and learn together, build that melting pot. And without further ado, hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.